Hello everybody, welcome to my blog. The purpose of this blog is to document my experiences with back pain and back procedures with the hopes that I can help somebody else that's dealing with the same kind of issues. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Jeremiah. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I have a wonderful wife and 2 kids. I'm 37 years old and I've been dealing with back pain for about 19 years now. Before I get into the history of my back pain, I'd like to let you guys all know that I am not here to promote any kind of product or doctor or anything like that. I genuinely am hoping that this video blog series will be able to help other people by my experiences. I started to have back pain when I was about 18 years old. I don't know what specific event caused my back pain. Could have been high school football, basketball, track. Soon after I graduated from high school, I joined the military. Could have been something at basic training, AIT, airborne school. I did a lot of rigorous activity at that time, and so it could have been any of those events or combination of those events that caused my initial back pain. And really, my initial back pain was more like a discomfort. It actually wasn't super painful at the time. It was more of just kind of a slight discomfort, which is why I wasn't totally alarmed at first and was able to do a lot of these rigorous activities. So I joined the military in 1999. I was just discharged out in 2002 on a green to gold scholarship. Actually, I was able to be discharged out to go to school to participate in ROTC, to be recommissioned and to go back into the military. And that's exactly what I did. During my time at New Mexico State University, I participated in ROTC, which was actually pretty rigorous. Did a lot of running, did a lot of rucking. I also did 5Ks, 10Ks. I ran my first half marathon at the time. Did a lot of rigorous activity that obviously contributed to my back condition. Again, I always kind of had this back discomfort, but I still hadn't had back pain until February 5th, 2006. And the reason I remember that date is because it's Super Bowl Sunday, and I was participating in a Super Bowl Sunday fun run. And I basically participated in the run, felt actually pretty good during the run. When I finished the run, I kind of noticed a new discomfort in my back. And later that evening, I noticed that it started to kind of become more uncomfortable and actually started to hurt. Well, that evening I went to bed, woke up the next morning, and I couldn't get out of bed. I had to roll out of bed. I was feeling super fragile. I had lots of leg pain, sciatica pain. First time I felt this kind of pain. I was having to hold on to desks and chairs and whatever I could to keep myself up and to keep myself from falling. Or it was just a really difficult time, and I was about to be commissioned, and I was about to graduate college and go back into the military. I was expected to lead soldiers, and I knew that I would not be able to lead soldiers with this back condition. And it turned out I only lasted 9 months in the military. I was medically discharged out, unfortunately, because of my back issues. I could not perform the duties that I was supposed to perform as a military leader because of my back. I was medically discharged out, ended up going back to my hometown, found a job with the Forest Service as a human resources specialist, a sedentary desk job. It was difficult for me at that time to transition into that kind of work because it was just long and boring and paperwork, and it was kind of difficult for me at the time because I was really active before that. Nonetheless, this whole time I have back pain. I'm dealing with back pain, but I'm able to go to the gym and stay active. That is until 2011, where I had to miss a ton of work because of a new back episode. I don't even know what caused it, but my back and body spasmed. The top half of my body was leaning over to the left, the bottom half was leaning to the right, and I was in a ton of pain. And I did what I could. I got, shots in my back. I did deep tissue massage. What's with the needles? The acupuncture. I did everything I could to try to relieve the pain, and couldn't. At this point, I knew I was probably going to have a procedure done, and did. In February of 2012, I had my first procedure. It was a disectomy in Phoenix, Arizona. I would warn people who are looking to maybe get a disectomy that you have to know that you're probably within 2 to 7 years, 2 to 10 years ish, you're going to be having another procedure. That's from all of the blogs I've been reading, from the forums I've been reading. That's been kind of a common theme, is when you have a disectomy, shortly after you're having to have a fusion or an artificial disc replacement. So, but again, I was still able to kind of manage my pain after that procedure. I still had pain. The procedure took away a lot of my sciatic pain, but I ended up having new pain like on my side. I was able to still kind of manage that and live a somewhat active lifestyle. I had to be very careful. Still played softball, still went to the gym, just had to be real careful. That is until January of 2017. I, at this time, had trouble walking. I was limping around. I was having trouble getting out of chairs, out of bed, turning in bed. It was just a really hard time, and I'm actually still experiencing those things right now. I'm currently researching and looking into possibly getting an artificial disc replacement for my discs. In January, shortly after my incident, January 2017, and I say incident, I don't really, there wasn't really a specific thing, but it was at that time when my back kind of gave out again. I did go get an MRI. It showed that my 3 bottom discs were damaged, especially the L4, L5, which is where I was operated on before. That's where the disectomy was at. So the L4, L5 was completely flattened. L3, L4 was damaged, as well as L5, S1. So I've currently been researching, reading forums, blogs, etc. I'd like to talk to you about that and the process for me to look for a doctor to hopefully alleviate this pain. So anyhow, if you could tune into my next video blog, I'll go into a little more detail about that. Thanks.